Hi everyone. Hello. Angela Neufeld here, going live on my Instagram page for day 21 of the Going Live Challenge for 30 days, or 90 days. 30 days. That would mean I would be almost finished. But no, I have a lot of days left to go. And I'm excited about it. I like having an opportunity to share and get feedback and answer questions and share thoughts that are important to me and that I think can help you in your life and business, really up-leveling your life in a big way. Sketchy, come here. Somebody is trying to come up here. Come here. Hang on, come here. Okay, just a sec. Oh, she wants to sit up here with me. Okay. Yes, we know. You missed me. I missed you too. Yes. So we are home. And we had a great time. And look at what she's doing here. Where are you? What are you doing? She's going crazy. Oh my word. Okay. So today I want to talk about identity, because how do you see yourself? I think it's so important to ask yourself this question and kind of look at how you actually see yourself. Because a lot of times we're just going through life and doing our thing and being us, and we're not actually seeing ourselves in the mirror of how we see ourselves. So how we see ourselves is what we're projecting out to the universe and the world and to others. So I want to tell you this story. So we came home from our holiday in time, so that yesterday we came home in time so I could go get blood work done, because today I had chemotherapy. So we drove 8 hours, and then I came home, unloaded everything, and drove back to town and did blood work so that I could get chemo today, because it has to be within 24 hours of your tests. And she's just going hog wild in excitement today, aren't ya? Aren't ya? Yes, we're not leaving. Don't worry. We're not leaving. So anyway, I was talking to the chemo nurse today, and she said that some of the people in it, so I have a private room because I get a big needle in my stomach, so I don't do that in front of everybody else, because I have to kind of have my pants slightly rolled down a little bit, because it has to be right near your belly button. It's very painful, not fun, to be honest, but I'm alive, so I'm gonna do it. Of course. But I used to sit out in this other area that was the next door area beside the private rooms that had a whole bunch of lazy boys, and everybody sat in there getting your chemotherapy drip, staring at each other with blankets and headscarves, and you're ill when you sit in that area. You know something is wrong with you. You kind of come in, and it's almost like a routine, like it's your identity. Some people even look forward to going there and talking to their friends that they've made there, and it's kind of like the thing. Oh, I'm going to get my chemo. I sit in this lazy boy. I usually have it around the same time as her or him over there. They're a lot older than me. Most people are 30 years older than me, at least 20 years older than me. And I used to sit there, and I would think that, I wouldn't think, but I would notice that, okay, I'm not fitting in here. I don't feel like I fit into this. For one, I'm not this certain age that I'm seeing. Number two, I'm not in the same mind frame as these people, and I'm not saying anything's bad with anybody. They're lovely people. And then one day, the fellow that I became really close to that used to sit across from me passed away. And the time before that I'd seen him, he looked perfectly healthy. And then the next time I came there and I asked where he was, and they said he was gone. And I was like, this is what we have to look forward to. We just sit in these chairs like just your life is over, kind of giving up, and it just didn't feel right. It didn't sit right with me. And I was in an identity that I'm healing, I'm getting better. I'm not in the mode of I'm getting worse. And that honestly was the majority of people. So I seen it all happen again today. And like I said, I'm not judging anybody, and everyone's got their own story and their own beliefs, and they may be in a different space than I am. And, well, they are in a different space than I am, and it's just different. Everybody who sees themselves differently. Some people are giving up on their life. Some people have total hope for their life. Other people don't know what's going to happen, and it's a scary, scary time. I think that's everybody feels that. There's so many thoughts running through your head when you're doing that, and you're sitting there amongst other people and you're thinking, is that what I'm going to look like? Is this how I'm going to end up? Is this the future, all there is? There's so many thoughts that go through your head, and you try and create an identity. And for me, I was holding tight and firm to the identity that this isn't me. I'm healing, and I'm going to get better, and I'm going to make it through. And at that time, I hardly had any hair left. I had a couple little patches of hair left. I had no eyebrows at all. It was just, I was pale and sunken. My lips were purple. My nose was purple. I was still just like them in the looking of the I'm very sick. And all of a sudden, my certain drugs that I'm on became available in a shot. It's a shot that can take up to 15 minutes to inject. It's so huge. And it has to be done in your stomach, which is not fun and very uncomfortable, very painful and burning. And I said, well, am I going to have this right in this room with everybody? And they're like, no, you get a private room. I thought, yes, get me out of this room with everybody, because it's nothing about them. I love them all. It's about me not having that identity of like I'm coming here to die mode in this chair, which is what the vibe I get when I'm there, and I just not embodying that. I'm embodying the feeling that I'm healing. And so if I can go in there and get this injection and get out, that's what I wanted to do. So I immediately switched over to it and gave it a try, even though it was new, and just prayed that it worked the same. And so far it did. And so today when I went to get my chemo, and I was speaking to the nurse, she said that other people have been offered that and turned it away. And it's so interesting to me, because she said that they kind of have this routine, and they like to come and see their friends, and they like to just sit there and do their thing of reading or whatever while you're getting the IV drip. Well, I don't want the IV drip for 8 hours. I thought it would be so much nicer to not kind of stay longer in the frame, in the mindset of I'm healing, I don't have to spend a lot of time at this hospital, not from a standpoint of not appreciative, only from a standpoint of not embodying that vision of myself that I'm only going downhill and who knows what's going to happen, and just like I'm going in, I'm getting maintenance, I'm healing, and I'm out. And it made a huge difference to my mind. It made a huge difference in my body. My body, your mind and your body are so deeply connected. And we just don't see that enough. We don't embrace that enough. I didn't myself. For years, I posted that post about the 3 things I wish I knew before I was 20, where I spoke about completely not honoring my body and acting like I was immortal and just running myself to the ground and not caring about just having my worthiness kind of connected to my productivity and how much I could do, go, and not taking care of the physical vessel that we have. And so when I talked to my chemo nurse today, and I told her how I really am finding it so much better to get this injection in my stomach instead of the 8-hour IV drip for the chemotherapy. And because I'm in the separate room and I'm not kind of in that mindset of this, okay, I'm going to go in there and bring a book and a bag and a water bottle and snacks and the whole 9 yards that most people do, and I did for a long time, bringing that into chemotherapy. And I think she's like, I think that has been a huge part of why you're healing. And because you're coming in, you're getting it done, and you're focused on your healing path and not the doom and gloom portion of it. And a lot of them aren't. They don't have any other option for chemotherapy, and it's just, but this is how it is here in this facility where this is kind of the scene. And I just think that even if I had to go do that in the other room again and go back to that kind of the IV instead of the shot, I think that I would still continue with the same identity that I'm going in, I'm getting maintenance, and I'm getting out. This is what I'm doing. I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm embodying and embracing technology and science. I'm appreciating every single thing from everybody's doing for me, the nurses and the doctors and the scientists and the pharmaceutical people, and I'm doing everything I can. And what else can I do at home to support this healing journey? Like, how can I eat better? How can I think better? And so I'm constantly up-leveling my mindset and continuing to keep my mind clear and have clarity and build up my emotional intelligence and my emotional maturity and my emotional wealth, if you will, and just being able to build that up and stay in that as long as I possibly can, so that I can they're always shocked when I come down for these big checkups and I have my heart transplant, all my tests and everything done. They're like, I can't believe you're doing so good. It's kind of shocking. Like, we never even thought you'd make it to get the transplant, let alone make it be strong enough to get through the first part. And it was a blur to me, but I just made this decision that I'm not giving up. It's not my time. There's more for me here. There's people I can help. There's people I can support. There's messages to share. There's healing to be done. There's therapy to be worked through. There's an inner journey. So much of the, hey, how are you doing? Nice to see you. There's just so much more for us. And I think a big portion is how quickly we can get ourselves out of that other part of in our lower self and come up to our highest self faster. And the more you work on your inner self and do the inner work and, the journey back to who you truly are, authentically and aligned, you'll connect to that faster and come right back to, okay, this is me. What would my higher self do? Instead of laying in our lower self too long. And we all do that. We all go back into our mind, where the negative mind and the inner child pain and the trauma. And it's how quickly can we snap out of that and go back into our higher self mind, so that we're working continually and living in that and embodying that higher self identity, that identity that I'm healing. I'm not focused on the negative and what ifs. I'm focused on what are the possibilities that could be in front of me, not what if I don't make it and how long am I going to last. I'm like, what else can I do? Who else can I help? Where else can I travel to while I'm healing and healthy enough to do that? How many people can I share these messages with? And thank you so much. Nice to see you. Thank you for the hearts. That's so sweet. So if you are if you want to up-level your life and business in every way, come join me in my free community, Create, Heal, Shine on School. It's in my links. It's a free community where we're growing and up-leveling our mindset and our emotional intelligence in every way, and being able to really embody that highest self and focus on getting realigned. Because when we are living and embodying that, and the longer we're doing that and the longer time that we're out of we don't stay in that negative mindset and that lower self kind of feelings, the quicker we can snap out of it. Like, as your emotional intelligence grows and maturity grows, we're being able to shift into that faster, because we all, like I said, we all fall back into that negative energy and that lower self because of past trauma and experience and things. So the sooner we can do that and snap back into that higher self and focus on the what if and the amazing things and what's next for me, like, where am I going, and instead of what's next. Because as you know, when negative things happen, just think about when you have something, we're all emitting this energy, just like everything else in the world. Even the cell phone we're on is emitting energy that we can't see, and waves that we can't see. Radio waves, cell phone waves, internet waves, everything is submitting waves, microwave waves, and so are our bodies. We're submitting energy to the universe. And so when we put out there that we are having a crappy day and everything is crappy for me and life isn't going good, that's what we're going to get more back of. Life isn't going good. And then we're going to have, that's what happens is we start our day and we're stuck in traffic, and then we're complaining about, I can't believe I'm stuck in traffic. So what does the universe do? It sends us more crappy things like, she's frustrated and upset, so she wants more frustrating and upset things to happen. And then we go to work and we're late and we spill our coffee down in front of our shirt, and it just, the whole day keeps going. Do you know how you have days and they just are kind of tumble on with all the things? Sometimes people feel bad because they don't ask the right questions to themselves. Totally, 100%. And it takes time, and I agree with that. But that negative energy we're putting out in the world. So when we shift that and we start thinking about the possibilities and what's next for me, and I can get through anything. I've got this far. I mean, I've came through terminal cancer and a heart transplant, and I'm still here. And I mean, I'm not cured. There's no cure for this disease. But I'm still focused on the what if. What if I live what if I'm like the longest that has ever lived through all of this? And what if new technology comes out? And what if scientists create something new, anti-rejection drugs that aren't so toxic to the body and cause the other types of cancer within you? What if something like that happens in my lifetime, instead of just giving up and thinking that this is the end? And that's what I wanted to share today, because that is the vibe that I felt when I used to sit in those chairs on the lazy boys, is that this is the end. And this is the feeling is that, this is us. Here we are. It's our final chapter, and staring. And sometimes nobody's even talking at each other. We're just all thinking these things. And then once in a while we'll say things to each other. And so that is hanging on to that lower self negative energy. And I think we just need to really build that self-awareness so that we can snap out of that faster and come into the higher self energy. The energy of today is amazing. It doesn't matter what happens today. Everything's going to turn out great. And my life is always interesting, and new things are happening to me constantly that I don't know. And the world is constantly changing, and change is exciting, and change is good, because change might not be negative. It might be positive. And like I said, maybe they're going to come out with something new and interesting and new cures, and maybe there will be a cure in my lifetime. What if I just gave up? And then the physical body listens to that. We're telling ourselves stories. The mind is hearing this stuff and telling, okay, she's given up, so we'll just shut her body down. So no, it's so important to kind of align the mind and the body together. And it took me a long time to realize that. And once I did, I felt so different. I felt so healthy. I feel like a completely different person, a completely different mindset. So that's why us African people, we use the medicine, that iboga, to connect ourselves to help. Never give up. Yeah, awesome. And yes, so many people have their own health system, their own way of doing things and thinking about things, and giving up is not an option for me, and I'm so glad it's not for you, because that's what it felt like in that room. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like before. And even if I end up in that room now, I would be different, and I would be embracing the sketchy stuff. I'd be embracing a totally different mindset. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. So remember, what the mind focuses on, it brings to you. So if you put out there positive energy and positive vibes, that's what the universe is going to send you back. And when we put out negative, that's what we get back. So I'll love you and leave you, and I'll see you next time. And feel free to join my free community, CreateHealShine, on the school platform. The link is in my bio, and I will see you there. I actually have some free classes coming up. A class on boundaries. It's a journaling session that's coming up very soon, and another class, a master class called Blind Spots. You don't know what you don't know. So that'll be a really interesting class, and feel free to join me there. And the links are all in the bio. If you join the free community, you'll get access to all the classes and the replays. So anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow on day 22 of the 90-day Going Live Challenge. And I will see you really soon. Oh, the link is in my profile. If you just click on my profile right now, it'll take you right to the link. And put it in the comment right now, in case you can't find it. So there it is. I posted it in the comments. Feel free to come and join the community. I also have a paid community called the School of Purpose, which is an academy of learning that I'm developing and building out. And I have a very powerful program in there called Pain to Purpose, a journey back to self, and how to work through all of the trauma that we've been through, so that we can live and up-level our life in our highest self and come back to who we truly are, because you get lost in that. I can't wait to see you there. Come and join me. Hopefully you got the link, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 22. And bye, everybody.